am going to Treasure Island in San Francisco as I'm there to watch my first USL League 2 NorCal division of the season between SF Glens versus Monterey Bay 2. Now, we're still relatively early in the USL League 2 NorCal division season. In fact, we're so early, the fact that SF Glens is only playing their second game of the season, fresh off of a 2-1 win against Davis Legacy in their season opener, whereas they're playing against a Monterey Bay team that's already playing their fourth game in the season, but it's been a disastrous start for them, losing all 3 games, have yet to score a goal so far this season. So there's no doubt that the host SF Glens is going to be heavy favorites in this one, and they expected to get all 3 points in this game. But you never know. We might have a bit of an upset on table in this game. So, yeah, let's see how this game is going to turn out. Let's go soccer. So I've just arrived here at Treasure Island in San Francisco, and as you can see, both teams are doing their pregame warm-up. I believe these are the SF Glens player doing their pregame warm-up. And over there on the other side is the Monterey Bay 2 player doing their pregame warm-up. We've still got about 20 minutes before the beginning of this match. And now it looks like both teams is heading to the center circle. And in just a bit, we're going to get ready for the start of this USL League 2 NorCal division match between SF Glens and Monterey Bay 2. And the referee gets this match underway. Monterey Bay will be going with their road black kit, going from left to right, whereas SF Glens is going to go with their home green kit, going from right to left, as we are underway on this beautiful Sunday afternoon here on Treasure Island and here in San Francisco. It's been a very tight first 17 minutes, not really a lot of chances, though, as I said that, here comes Monterey Bay, and that one is going to be gathered by the keeper. I thought that one was actually going to tuck in into the bottom right. Either way, that's the first shot of the game. And make sure not give up too much chances, although that's a giveaway. And now, here comes SF Glens. Can they take advantage here as they play this one to the right side? And it's in the back of the net. And SF Glens have taken a 1-0 lead. Well, the home fans celebrate here in the main stand, but Monterey Bay 2, the downfall of their own architect there with a cheap giveaway. That was also the first shot of the game for SF Glens, and he took advantage of the mistake that Monterey Bay 2 has, and that one actually was deflected. It's heading backwards as SF Glens just trying to clear their lines here, and that volley is blocked away. Second effort is going to go high there, and that was not a bad effort. Definitely tough to try to hit that one off the volley, and if that would have went in, that would have been a great way to finally score their first goal of the season. But as I said, we played 25 minutes, and that's a cheap giveaway, and now can Monterey Bay take advantage of it, and that's a weak effort that is going to be clear off the line, and well, SF Glens got away with it there. We already talked about mistakes in this game, and so far, both of these teams have made some mistakes at the back, and to SF Glens' credit, they took advantage of it, but for Monterey Bay 2, they had a big opportunity here. Now, here comes SF Glens again. It's probably the most possession they have in this own box. And now, oh, the goalkeeper, he spilled this one, and that is going to be gathered in the end by the keeper. And well, there was a couple of shouts there. From SF Glens' perspective, they won a penalty. Meanwhile, Monterey Bay 2 wants a foul there. And again, on first look, it definitely looked like the goalkeeper had some contact there. And I thought maybe the referee was going to blow the whistle, because any time when there's contact with the goalkeeper, the referee will always give the goalkeeper the benefit of the doubt, making sure there's no complacency. And we still need to defend here, as here comes Monterey Bay 2 again, and this is a chance for the equalizer, and what a save that is by the keeper. And I'll tell you what, from point blank effort there, that was a big save there. And that is the end of the first half, as halftime here on Treasure Island here in San Francisco. It's SF Glens with a 1-0 lead over for Monterey Bay 2. So it's halftime here at Treasure Island in San Francisco, and it's the host SF Glens with a 1-0 lead over Monterey Bay 2, and certainly they were able to capitalize on a mistake on Monterey Bay 2 around the 25th minute mark. That actually ends up to be the first shot of the game for them in this game. But overall, Monterey Bay 2, I don't think they have played that badly in this one. They definitely had more of the possession and had a couple of chances. They had a big chance right near the end of the first half that probably would have been the equalizer if it wasn't for an incredible save by the Glens goalkeeper. But there's no doubt that they're going to hope to continue that heading into the second half, continue to create the chances, because you just kind of had a feeling eventually one of these chances that they would create would actually go into the back net and finally score their first goal of the season. But for an SF Glens perspective, I mean, they have had their moments in this first half as well in terms of chances, but for the most part, they've been kind of playing on the back foot here in the first half. There's no doubt that they definitely want to get the second goal to put this game away as soon as possible, especially with them being the favorite. So yeah, let's see if they can potentially do that, or will Monterey Bay 2 finally get a chance to score their first goal of the season and get an equalizer here in the second half. And now it looks like both team is back on the pitch. Well, I say both team are back on the pitch. The SF Glens player are back on the pitch, whereas the Monterey Bay 2 player just doing their pre-second half warm-up. Also the referee are making their way into the center circle as well. But in just a bit, we're going to get ready for the start of the second half in this USL League 2 NorCal division match between SF Glens and Monterey Bay 2. And the referee gets the second half underway. Well, SF Glens have a marginal 1-0 lead, and we're looking to try to build that heading in the second half and already on the attack. And that one, well, it wasn't dealt cleanly, and now the referee points to the spot. It's a penalty. Well, I didn't even get a chance to talk about whether or not if Monterey Bay can get a chance to get the equalizer and finally score their first goal, because they have conceded a penalty literally 15 seconds into the second half. And we're going to get a spot kick coming up here for SF Glens and a chance to get themselves the second goal of the game. And here comes the penalty, and it's in the back of the net as it went straight down the middle. Goalkeeper dived to his right, but it is a perfect start here for SF Glens and a disastrous start for Monterey Bay 2. Now they find themselves down 2-0, and that's a cheap giveaway. And now here comes SF Glens, a chance to put this game to bed, and it's in the back of the net, and it's 3-0 in favor of SF Glens. And that, maybe that in terms of this game, even though we still have about 40+ minutes left in the second half. And again, it's a self-inflicted mistake by Monterey Bay 2. The second time today that they gave the ball away cheaply, and they were punished because of that. So we play an hour into this game, and it's SF Glens with a commanding 3-0 lead over Monterey Bay 2, and really this game has pretty much gone according to script. SF Glens pretty much is on their way to get all 3 points, and they got a goal relatively early into the second half by the spot. They actually won a penalty literally 15 seconds into the second half, and then eventually getting the third goal after just another sloppy giveaway from Monterey Bay 2 that were punished. And really for Monterey Bay 2, they're pretty much playing for pride for the rest of this game, and really also playing to try to score their first goal of the season, because I think throughout this game, with the way that they have created some good moments and even got some good moments on the attack, they just aren't able to show the finishing, and also the final third product at time is poor, and it's kind of also the reason why they haven't scored a goal so far this season. Meanwhile, here comes SF Glens here, and that looks like it's clear away, but with 30 minutes to go, let's see if there's going to be another goal left in this game. Got the ball right back, another sloppy giveaway from Monterey Bay 2, and that player actually slipped, and then he tried the acrobatic effort, and that is going to go way wide there. Just think about blowing for full time at the 90th minute, but now here comes Monterey Bay. The flag actually stayed down here. It's headed away, only halfway clear. Now that is going to go way high there. So now here comes SF Glens, a chance to make it number 4, and the goalkeeper is able to make a save there in the front post. SF Glens looking to put the cherry on the top. Play. Looking for some space to deliver this one. Instead, he's going to go for goal, and the goalkeeper is able to hang on to that one. That was a bucket of a shot, and the goalkeeper actually does a good job there, not only not allowing any scrap, but actually hold on to the ball. And that is the full-time whistle. Full-time here at Treasure Island here in San Francisco. It was a professional performance for SF Glens as they've got their second win of the season and getting a shutout in this one. But for Monterey Bay 2, the misery continue. 4 straight losses to start the campaign and now 4 straight games without scoring a goal. As the final score here at Treasure Island here in San Francisco, it's SF Glens 3, Monterey Bay 2, nothing. So it's just finished here at Treasure Island here in San Francisco as in the end, SF Glens with a 3-0 win over Monterey Bay 2, and this game pretty much has gone according to the script. We knew that coming into this game, SF Glens was going to be the better team, and they kind of show that in this one. It also kind of helped the fact that they kind of put away this game relatively early in the second half. But for Monterey Bay 2, as I said, the misery continued for them. They still have not scored a goal in the new campaign, but not because of lack of trying. They did had a couple of chances in the first half and even in the second half, but you know, it's kind of back to the drawing board for them to hope to finally end this goal drought that they have and maybe finally get their first win in their new season in the future. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you guys leave a like, smash the subscribe button, and yeah, I of course will see you guys next time with another Sporthop series episode.